Iran is a land shaped by ancient empires, powerful dynasties, and thousands of years of history. From the ruins of forgotten cities to vast deserts stretching endlessly beyond the horizon, it feels like a place where the past never truly disappeared. But beneath this rich and fascinating history lies something far more unsettling. Hidden across its landscapes are strange, chilling mysteries, places where people vanish without explanation, where voices echo in the darkness with no visible source, and where events occur that seem to defy logic itself. These are not just myths or folklore. Some of these stories have been investigated, documented, and even witnessed. Yet, despite all efforts, they remain unexplained. Today, we explore 7 of the creepiest secrets in Iran. Mysteries that, even now, feel like they shouldn't exist. In the heart of Iran's vast desert lies a place so feared that even experienced explorers think twice before entering. This place is known as Rig-e Jenn, often translated as the Dunes of the Jinn. For centuries, locals have believed that this region is cursed, a place where supernatural forces roam freely. Stories tell of travelers who ventured into its endless sands, only to vanish without leaving behind a single trace. No footprints, no belongings, nothing. The desert itself is incredibly dangerous, filled with hidden salt marshes that can swallow anything instantly and extreme conditions that make survival difficult. Scientists argue that these natural hazards are enough to explain the disappearances. However, those who have explored the area report something far more disturbing. Compasses fail without reason, electronic devices stop working, and an overwhelming feeling of being watched creeps in, even when there is clearly no one around. At night, the silence becomes so intense that it feels unnatural, almost as if the desert itself is holding its breath. Whether it is simply nature at its harshest or something far more mysterious, Rig-e Jenn continues to live up to its terrifying reputation. Far from modern cities and deep within Iran's remote landscapes lies a narrow canyon known as Kal-e Jinni, which translates to the Valley of the Jinn. The name alone is enough to send a chill down anyone's spine. Surrounded by towering rock formations, the valley creates strange wind patterns that produce eerie, whisper-like sounds as air moves through its narrow passages. While science explains these noises as natural acoustic effects, locals believe something far more sinister is at play. Visitors have reported hearing voices calling out in the distance, even when no one else is present. Others claim they can hear footsteps behind them, only to turn around and find nothing. But perhaps the most unsettling experience is the constant feeling of being watched. Many who have dared to spend time here describe an invisible presence, something that cannot be seen but can definitely be felt. Some have even claimed they were unable to sleep, not because of noise, but because of an overwhelming sense that they were not alone. Whether it is psychological or something beyond human understanding, Kal-e Jinni remains one of the most haunting places in Iran. In the northern regions of Iran, there are forests that come alive in the most disturbing way after sunset. Locals often refer to certain areas as the screaming forest because of the terrifying sounds that echo through the trees at night. These are not ordinary forest noises like rustling leaves or distant animal calls. Instead, they resemble human screams, high-pitched, desperate, and impossible to ignore. For anyone hearing it for the first time, the reaction is immediate fear. Some describe the sound as if someone is crying out for help, while others say it feels more like a warning. Scientists have attempted to explain this phenomenon by pointing to specific insects and environmental conditions that can create similar sounds. Under certain circumstances, wind and temperature changes can amplify these noises, making them seem much more intense. However, even with these explanations, Many who have experienced the phenomenon firsthand remain unconvinced, because when you stand alone in the darkness and hear something that sounds so undeniably human, logic quickly begins to fade, replaced by a deep and instinctive fear that something is not right. Most mysterious historical sites is Takht-e Soleyman, also known as the Throne of Solomon. This ancient complex, built thousands of years ago, is centered around a deep, dark lake that has puzzled researchers for decades. The water appears almost black, and its true depth remains unknown. Attempts have been made to measure it, but none have provided a definitive answer. Divers who tried to explore its depths have never reached the bottom, adding to the mystery. According to legend, the lake was once used to hide powerful treasures, and some even believe it contains objects of great supernatural significance. Adding to the mystery is a small floating island that drifts slowly across the surface of the water, moving without any visible force. Scientists suggest natural explanations such as gas movement or mineral deposits beneath the lake, but these theories do not fully explain the strange atmosphere surrounding the site. Even today, standing near the lake creates an uneasy feeling, as if the place is guarding secrets that were never meant to be uncovered. Not all mysteries belong to ancient times. Some have occurred in the modern era, witnessed by trained professionals and documented in official reports. In 1976, residents of Tehran reported seeing a bright, unusual object hovering in the night sky. It was not behaving like any known aircraft, moving in ways that defied normal flight patterns. The Iranian Air Force quickly responded, sending fighter jets to investigate the object. As the pilots approached it, something extraordinary happened. Their instruments began to fail. Communication systems shut down, and even their weapons systems became completely unresponsive. One pilot later reported that the moment he moved away from the object, everything suddenly returned to normal. The encounter was officially recorded and later studied, yet no clear explanation was ever found. To this day, the 1,976 Tehran UFO incident. Iran is more than just a country rich in history. It is a land filled with unanswered questions. From haunted deserts and whispering valleys to unexplained sightings and ancient engineering wonders, it is a place where mystery and reality seem to exist side by side. Science has provided explanations for many of these phenomena, but not all of them feel complete. Some mysteries remain just beyond our understanding, waiting to be explored further, and perhaps that is what makes them so fascinating. Because no matter how much we discover, there are still things in this world that continue to challenge what we believe is possible. The real question is not just whether these secrets can be explained, but whether we are truly ready to understand them, if they ever are.